one more thing.
Come B2B with me.
It is Come B2B with me, NoDave. I am back at the Pacific Tavern for our BMC radio takeover, but I'm hanging around to do a B2B with Randoma. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Awesome. Right, now this has got a bit of a story, hasn't it?
It has indeed.
So I ran a mix of yours on One More Thing. It was part of the Mixmas series. We kind of chatted, and then a couple of shows ago, I had Pinks, and we were doing a B2B, and I called you out. If I'm wise enough when I'm doing the edit, I'm going to cut to it around about now. Oh, go on. Randoma's done a mix for One More Thing, and it's absolutely amazing. I'd like to do a B2B. Randoma, if you're watching, come and do a B2B with me. And so there we go. I called you out for a B2B, and now it's happening on your show. It's just happening after the show. Do you like B2Bs?
I do indeed. Well, I'm quite new to them, so at first I'd find them a little bit, what's the word? Where you don't know what you're coming up against. Some people might not have their tunes sorted out as much as you. They might not have their beat grids done and stuff like that. So you have to be prepared to come up against random things. There's a fly in my face. But they're really fun. They hold a lot of energy.
Yeah, and they make you mix different things. They take you to places that you didn't think you'd go to.
Oh, 100%. And especially if you're going back to back with someone who's got a similar kind of selection to you as well, then they might play a song that you already know, and you're like, oh, I've got a great one for this. And then and you start bouncing off each other, which is great.
Well, this is why I called upon you, and I called you out for a B2B, because I think we got quite similar styles. You play a lot of different styles all at once, don't you?
Yes, yeah. Well, to be fair, I didn't realise until I did the track list for the mix that I did for you that it was so multi-generational, as it ranged from 1997 all the way up until the present day, and that's what I like to do.
I am all about the multi-generationals. I kind of have to be, being an old person. Have you had any B2B nightmares?
When I went back to back with someone once, I instantly loaded the track onto the wrong deck. That's it. And you do that once and you never do it again. But
I've done that several times.
But except from that, it was just if someone doesn't have their tunes record box at all, so the BPM goes up and down. So that was one that I wasn't used to. So you actually have to beat match.
Ooh, what? That's illegal. So you run Diversion Audio. Tell us all about Diversion.
Yeah, so we're a collective, but we're putting on events in and around London and a few different areas. It's just about kind of bringing back. Well, we love the more old school drum and bass and jungle and stuff like that, but just putting on nice, fun parties that everyone's welcome to.
Brilliant. Nice, fun parties that everybody's welcome to. A bit like Come B2B with me. So let's, actually, the magic question. Now, we've got an hour, so how would you like to do it? 2 tunes, 3 tunes, 4 tunes, 10 minutes? How do we do the passing between us?
I guess 2 to 4. Because sometimes I've got 4 tunes in a row, but I mix them quite quickly. Or I've got 2 that I like to roll out and then chop and change around. So then,
Right, okay, 2 to 4, right. So could be 2, could be 4. We're going to play it by ear. Okay, right, cool. I've not done that one before.
So generally 3 or 4. But it depends if you're rolling out 2 for the whole of each track, but chopping and changing, then I'd say,
This is it, because 2 could be really, really quick. Depends if it's a switch mix or not. Let's see how it goes. I'm really excited about this. This is Come B2B with me, NoDave, Randoma. Peace.
Come B2B with me.
Hello. Yes, people, this is the Diversion Audio takeover of BMC Radio. I'm here with Dave Colombo. We got the first set, a big bad back-to-back. And here we go. Great start.
To brown paper, sounds of a bringer of a different nature. Rhythms get greater and rhythms they get greater. Yes, another rougher, tough form for the chaser. New configuration, new riff and new structure. Belts on a frame that'll hold and won't puncture. Tight, we wrap it up, it's wrapped tightly. it lives. The bass is the heartbeat that it gives. When we apply the brakes, there'll be no skits. Just more raw elements to continue as we climb. Dimensions and the measurements and the evidence you won't find. Hits from every angle, so expect the unexpected. Regularly up to date, that means it's regularly up to date. Represent the fusion of the minds that are connected. The style that is presented, the size of the mark that is indented, yeah. The liquid with the style we give you so that music mentioned. In your direction, it's a barrier we ain't accepting. Instead of waiting for a star, I better we invent it. I let you get your money's worth before you give us credit. Put it down, 4-figure for the whole nation. Send it out to one and all with no discrimination. Like a safe for 50 likes and many combinations. No matter which way that you turn, you'll reach the same destination. The fullness of the spectrum, full cycle, keep it circling. Deep inside the pot is where it's working it. Underneath submerging it. Time to make it go deeper. Way past the point of blows holes in your speaker. Under and over, take it over and under. First to get the lightning and then to get the thunder. The sound is the feature and the feature is the sound.
Trend. Tell a hater later, none of that we know the friend. Drop a dub and murder them and pull it up again. Pull it up and pull it up and pull it back again. Yeah, pull it up and pull it up and pull it back again. Pull it up and pull it up and pull it back again. Pull it up and let it go and blappa them. Any one of them. This dance, that dance, any one of them.
feel. 'Cause you make me feel so cool. And your smile makes me seem blue. Seem blue. When you're walking around, I don't know how you bring me anxious. This got me feeling special. This got me feeling so nervous. I don't care what people say, I don't care what people say. Baby, if you wanna feel okay, you can't stay on shit. Oh yeah, we falling, falling, falling. Love is love, I'm falling, falling, falling. You have me falling, falling, falling. And it's great, it's great. You have me falling, falling, falling. Love is love, I'm falling, falling, falling. You have me falling, falling, falling. And it's great, it's great.
You were always looking for me. I was there, but we couldn't see. We need a time. We need a time. Time. Ooh, oh. You were always looking for me. I was there, but we couldn't see. We need a time. We need a time.
Work it, baby. Work it. Work it, baby. Work it. Work it, baby. Work it.
Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top.
Work it. Work it, baby. Work it.
Drop the beat.
Work it.
Flip it on top.
Work it. Work it, baby. Work it. Work it.
Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top, baby. Work it, baby, drop it, baby, flip it on top.
Work it.
that the sound you're about to hear. the dread. What the time you have the dread?
Then what when a gunman back me up round the corner?
Back in the days, I knew rap would never die.
X-rated, that made the girl excited. Like a couple images inside the X-rated, and the girl get wanted. X-rated, that made the girl excited. Like a couple images inside the X-rated, and the girl get wanted. X-rated, that made the girl excited. Like a couple images inside the X-rated, and the girl get wanted. X-rated, that made the girl excited. Like a couple images inside the X-rated, and the girl get wanted.
to cheat her.
got to chill. You got to chill. Relax your mind. Then go take a nap. Show I tape because right now I'm about to shake and bake.
Thank you very much, everyone. We're going to have a little tiny break whilst we sort the audio out. Sorted.
Thank you.
Come B2B with me.
Wow. So we've come into the car because it's absolutely chucking it down. Randoma, that was amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah. You have some great tunes.
Brilliant, cool, thank you. A lot of them are dubs. I play quite a lot of stuff by UFO, a lot of stuff by Lakeway. I noticed that quite a few of the tunes I left you with have really weird endings, but you managed to mix out of them every single time. Like, you are a very well prepared DJ. You've got doubles all lined up. Yeah, you were definitely the better DJ out of the two of us in that mix then.
I don't believe this.
Go on, how was it for you?
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. And then, because I guess that's why, where on... Like when I've done B2Bs before and say probably got left on like a song with a little bit of a weird ending, it's kind of caught me out. So that's why now that I'm prepared for it, and that's kind of part of learning how to back again. And it's something that I'm still learning quite a lot.
Right, go on, cool, yeah, because I saw that you just let it play on both occasions. You just let it play, but had something that just kind of kicked in straight away. So that's a little lesson that you've learned from like B2B scenarios and the challenges that you've overcome. Go on, cool.
Yeah.
So, which was my favourite one? I think it had to be where Mr. Majestic came in, really.
Yeah, that's a lovely one, because that's Mr. Majestic is like 2 phrases, but then, well, 2.5 before the drop, but then that's why it works pretty well. Just as something's ending, you've got like a half phrase before it builds up. And obviously everybody knows those little horns, you know, so.
Straight away. What is your trick? Because I mean, I've asked other DJs this as well. I've got like thousands and thousands, around about 9,000 tunes. What is your trick for staying organised and keeping these kind of, you know, the cue points and stuff, and like your admin must be really, really tight with all of your tunes because you had everything lined up and organised. Have you got any tips for a chaotic DJ brain like mine?
Generally, I just when I get them, I just do it then, because otherwise I'll never do it. But it's just work, I guess, at the end of the day. But it's one of those, because I want to be able to come back to that tune in 10 years and know exactly how I can mix it, kind of thing. That's what I'm kind of going for, and that's why I've got the admin side. Even though I realise that some of the way that I've done it, I think is a little bit too much sometimes. You only really need like the cue points on the intro and then maybe one on the outro, something like that, where I've got them all the way through.
Yeah, multiple phrases, all bookmarked. I noticed that. And I was like, wow, the admin on this, because I'm still mixing from the start of the tune normally. And I mean, that really affects my mixing style. It means that I go a lot slower, but I want to be faster. I want to be, when I'm mixing with a fast DJ like you, it's like, I want to be that fast, but I need to do the organisation tips, and there doesn't seem to be any shortcuts for that, really. You just got to be organised, haven't you?
Yeah, but you get into like a little workflow, because you can quickly do one, like once you learn how to do it, you can do it really quick, basically. I might make a little video on it. Just
do it. Do it. That would be your community service for the scene. Do a little video on how to do it. Although most DJs probably know how to do it already. Cool. Have you got any cool B2Bs coming up?
We got the Diversion audio kind of showcase at our first birthday event in Guildford on the 21st of June. 21st of June at H-Bar. And so I'll be going back to back with JMO and Pinks, and we've got Zayla on the mic, which is our classic Diversion takeover. And it's going to be good.
Nice. I think this is going to be coming after that. So by the time you watch this, by the time this is aired, that would have happened. And I hope it goes really, really well. Randoma, thank you so much for being on Come B2B with me. I'm NoDave. That's Randoma. This has been absolutely sick. It's pissing it down. If you want to have a mix with me, if you fancy it, if you think that you can match the same energy or have a laugh in the same way that we've done, then hit me up. I'm literally up for having a back-to-back with anyone. Nice one. See you next week. Peace.
Come B2B with me.
One more thing.